Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video, we are still going to continue our JavaScript series from the website Geek for Geek, continuing from our last left session. But before beginning, I want to discuss you something. Before starting this video, actually I was listening a song called Brain Damage from the album Dark Side of the Moon. And after listening that, I realized how small the troubles of the JavaScript is. Because, as the album discusses the pressure of life, wealth, armed conflict, madness, and death. It is indeed a very cohesive collection. By cohesive collection, I mean that every song is connected through one another. It actually represents and critically exactly represents how a person starting from its birth to its deathbed, it how it transitions psychologically, physically, mentally. It indeed has rich songwriting as and innovative sounds. Actually, Pink Floyd, the band, which is now actually the band has been discontinued, and this is the David Gilmour and the Richard Wright, and all also some other members. If I recall the name, what was the name of the psychic person in the band that often do conflict to band? I think Robert. Hmm. Never mind, that's not our motto here. Our motto is that by listening just the song Brain Damage, specifically if you continue the song from this track number 1 to the last of the track in the Dark Side of Moon, you will realize how small the worries of the life are. And I it's a must listen in the life. I recommend you to listen to this album at least once. It may certainly change you forever. Continue with our today's session, which is about JavaScript. Let's panning to the left, starting with Geek for Geek, a computer science portal, moving to and navigating to JavaScript. After that, we have to navigate to functions. So in this video, I am targeting myself to at least complete the 4 upfront chapters or upfront web pages. So without any further delay, let's begin. And before beginning, let's start our world's topmost best node note editing app, Visual Studio Code. Let it initialize. Yes. I'm saying the best because it shares a practical playground with the code as well as creation of notes side by side. So that's why this thing is great for me. Next, starting from the function in JavaScript. A function in JavaScript is a reusable block of the code that performs a specific task. You define it once and then you can run or call it whenever you need the task is done in your function or program. This is the basic syntax of function. Okay, I think we already know that. We have to first use a keyword function. Okay. Separated by the name of function and parenthesis within parenthesis. The part of function in curly braces, the body of function. Okay, function can be used same as variable for assignment or calculation. Function can be used multiple times. Breakdown of complex problem into manageable pieces. Manage complexity by hiding implementation details. Can call themselves to solve problems recursively. Okay. The function you have to return will executed whatever whenever is called. It is triggered by an event. When explicitly called from JavaScript code, automatically executed if as in self-invoking function. Function definition. Before using our user-defined function in JavaScript, we have to create one. We can use the above syntax to create a function in JavaScript. A function definition is sometimes also termed as a function declaration or function statement. Below the rules of creating a function in JavaScript. Every function should begin with keyword function and followed by a name, a unique name for a unique function. A user defined function name that should be unique, list of parentheses enclosed within parentheses separated by commas, a list of a statement. I'm sorry. List of statement composing the body of function enclosed within curly braces. And this example shows a basic declaration of function. Okay. So we have a calculator function that sums two number. Okay. And output is 15. Next. Function expression. It is similar to a function declaration without the function name. Function expression can be stored in a variable assignment. Okay. Okay. Convert function from Fahrenheit to Celsius. At first, copy this function because code can be hard to understand in the simple black and white text. It need to be in color in order to get it properly understood. So here we are defining a function to Celsius. Let's format it. Yes. And we are function declared to Celsius. Okay. We are taking Fahrenheit as an parameter, and we are returning Fahrenheit minus 32 multiplied by 5 and divided by 9. Okay. Now we are defining a variable which is a temperature in Fahrenheit, which is 77, and we are getting in Celsius. We are actually calling the function to Celsius, and if in order to one second. Okay, due to my word wrapping, and if I make it smaller, yes, it now much more clear. We are defining a to get the temperature in Celsius, we have to pass the function with the parameter temperature in Fahrenheit, this variable. And what this will do, it will do the and it will print the text the temperature is and temperature in Celsius after the conversion and the Celsius keyword. And thus how we are getting the stream. Let's try to run this function as well. Let me zoom it again. One second, we are not printing it right now. Okay, so if I console.log text, and if I run it again, I'm sure the temperature is 25 Celsius. I think it also had need to add the word degrees. Let's see. And yes, the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Arrow function is one of the most used and efficient method to create function in JavaScript because of its comparatively easy implementation. It is a simplified version as well as a more compact version of a regular or normal function. Okay. This example describes the uses of arrow function. Okay. A.map. Here we are using the map method. Okay. Let me open our annotation program. And if I press F9, yes, here we are using a map function. So what map function does is it takes the element of the array one by one. So first it will take the hydrogen and then runs a function over it, and you are using s as a parameter. So we are getting the length of the hydrogen. So the length of the hydrogen means 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 and 8. So the length of hydrogen is 8, and here we are getting 8 as an output the normal way. And if we do the same implementation using the arrow function, so in arrow function we are saving some text, your keystrokes, because we don't need to type the function here, and we just have to use an arrow in between the parameter parenthesis and the curly braces of the function body. Okay, so if we even don't need the curly braces, because after the arrow body the function automatically takes place, so it's a good thing. and I'm very sorry. And let's move this developer tool. Okay. Now moving to the function parameter. We've discussed a lot about function parameters. We haven't discussed them in detail. Parameters are additional information passed to a function. For example, in the above example, the task of function calc addition is to calculate the addition of two numbers. These two numbers on which we want to perform the addition operations are passed to this function as parameter. The parameter are passed to function within parentheses, and after the function name, they separated by commas. The function in JS can be any number of parameters, and also at same time a function in JavaScript cannot have a single parameter. What? But here we have discussed that for the function 2 Celsius we are in getting a single parameter. This line blew me away. Let's open a session at ChatGPT. Let's ask it. 1 second. If I don't want to remind me again and again of this, I have to hide it. Create. And also the green screen that ought to occur after this. 1 second. It's not getting any. Yes. I think I can use it. No, I'm still not able to use it. So there's something still blocking my view site. Let's see. 1 second. Which mode I reload it. 1 second. I'm still not able to toggle anything. Why? What did I did? So everything is hidden behind the wall. I think let me go to setting first. My rules, my filters, and October 19. Today's yes, today is October 19, and here is my rule. So if I delete this, apply changes, and reload the website. Yes. Sorry. Uh, validate this. This statement is partially correct. A function in JavaScript can have any number of parameters. This statement is true. A function can have 0 or more parameters. A function in JavaScript cannot have a single parameter. This is incorrect. A function can indeed just have one parameter. Yes, that's exactly that thing that I just said. So I think the Geek for Geek article has slight discrepancies in it. So if any Geek for Geek guys that watching this video, I'm very sure that probably none of them is watching this. But if you are, then please do alter this discrepancies and make it correct. Next, calling function. Okay, we are getting 69 as output. Nice. Calling function. After defining a function, next step is to call them to make use of that function. We can call a function by using the function name separated by the value of parameters enclosed between the parentheses and a semicolon at the end. The below syntax shows how to call a function in JavaScript. Okay. Below is a sample program that illustrates the working of a function in JavaScript. Okay, welcome message. We are passing name as parameter and returning a string. Okay. Console.log welcome message and name variable. Okay, hello admin. Okay, we are passing the variable here. Name variable is being passed here. Okay. Next, return statement. There are some situations when we want to return some values from function after performing some operations. In such cases, we can make use of return statement in JavaScript. This is optional statement and most of the time the last statement in the JavaScript function. Look at our example. We are named as calc addition. Okay. And the return statement begin with the keyword return separate to a value. In the return we can use the expression also instead of directly returning the value. Okay. Function JavaScript arrow function escape, unscape, window print, window blur, focus, console.log, parse float, eval, parent, date parse, replace method, get, interest, clear, delete, has, and more. We have a cheat sheet on JavaScript where we covered all those important topics of JS. Please go through a cheat sheet, a basic guide to JavaScript. Let's go it. But before going there, let's play a quiz. Quiz me. Quiz me. Copy this, move to our chat buddy and paste it. Quiz me. Open your mind and quiz me. What is the correct way to declare a function in JavaScript? My function. Okay, declare my function. Function. 1 second. Function. A seems correct to me. And I think this is the example of an arrow function. Is it A? C seems correct too, as it represent 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 arrow function. Correct. A in standard ways to declare a function, while C is an arrow function which is also valid. Great job. Now in JavaScript, function are first class citizen, which meaning that we can be treat it any like any other variable. Yes, we can. True. Kiss me. Close your eyes and miss me. What is the difference between a function declaration and a function expression? Okay. Function declaration is creating a function, and assigning creating of a function. Assigning it to a variable, while expression particularly means syntax. And I'm guessing right now. Let's say you are close. Here's the clarification. The declaration is way to define a function using function keyword followed by function name, and it is hoisted. Means it can be called before it is defined. And function involves this creating a function assigning to a variable. Okay. It is not hoisted. Okay. Okay. This is the thing. Next, which of the following is valid way to define an anonymous function? Anonymous function. Function. What is an anonymous function? What is an anonymous function? An anonymous function is a function that does not have a name. It is often used in place when you don't need to refer function letter by name, such as when passing as the argument or other function defining it in line. Okay, function, this is an anonymous function, and const my function is equal to is assigns an anonymous function to a variable my function. Okay, this is an anonymous function, this is also an anonymous function, then this also seems an anonymous function, so my answer would be A. Oh, okay, 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 okay. And this is what I called the lack of presence of mind. Next, in JavaScript, you can call a function before it is defined if it is a function expression. I think we cannot call an expression function expression because it is not hoisted. False. False. Function expressions are not hoisted. Correct. Function expression also you cannot call them before, and by that I also want to recall what is a hoisted function. Function expression, it is not hoisted, and function declaration is the hoisted. Okay. Despite being in front of me, I'm searching that in our chat. No, never mind. What is a callback function and how it is typically used in JavaScript? Callback, callback, callback. And I think our note consists something like callback. A callback function is a function that is passed as an argument to another function and is executed after some operation is completed. So if I mind, if I copy it and pasted it here. Exactly, callback function is passing an argument and when typically executed a certain operation is completed, allowing for asynchronous programming or handle event. Okay. What does the following code output? Function greet name hello plus name. No, hello Alice. Hello Alice. It will output hello Alice. Next, JavaScript allows you to pass a function as an argument to another function. Yes. Allow the pass a function as an argument to another function. Yes. Which is a key feature of first class function. What is the purpose of return statement? To return something out of a to get a value or something out of a function. It is usually the last value of the function or last line of the function. Statement is a great word. Statement of the function. Okay, next, what will be the output of the following code? Multiply A and B, return A and B. Okay. The output multiply 5 into 3. 5 3s are 15. A. I think now time to navigate to cheat sheet, a basic guide to JavaScript. Okay. I don't think that we need to study each and every line. So while I am skimming through this, I also recommend you guys to skim through it. Okay. Okay. So it is kind of revision because we already learned all these topics, and it is a pretty basic guide. So please hydrate yourself and let's go flow through this basic cheat set. Okay, assignment operator. So we are learning about different kinds of operator: arithmetic, comparison, bitwise, logical, and assignment. And, or, XOR, tilde, bitwise, or, left, right shift, left shift, and zero right shift. Scope and scope chain. Scope defines accessibility or visibility of variables in JavaScript. That is, which section of program can have access a given variable and where the variable can be seen. There's three scopes. There is three types of scope. Okay, block scope, global scope, function scope. Okay, the variable which is restricted to within the parenthesis of a function is known as block scope. The global scope, the variables which is globally assigned and can be accessed from anywhere in the program. And function scopes are the variable declared inside a function inside the function scope and also known as local scope. Scope chain is used to resolve the value of variable in JavaScript. Without a scope chain, the variable in the JavaScript engine would not know the value to pick from a certain variable name. And if there are multiple defined at different scope, if the JavaScript engine could not find the variable in the current scope, it will look into outer scope and it will continue to do so until it finds the variable or reaches the global scope. And if it's not still find the variable, it will implicitly declare the variable in the global and not in strict mode, it returns an error. Okay, basically the scope chaining is the searching for variable starting from the block scope, then the function scope, and global scope. My guess. Function is a block of code designed to perform particular task. It is when invoked or called. Instead of writing the same piece code again, you can put in function, invoke the function when required. The function can be created using the function keyword. Some of these are is nan. Okay, these are some default function in JavaScript. Now we have array. Array is a single variable that used to store different element. Okay, push, pop, concatenate, shift, unshift, reverse, slice, splice. Splice adds element in a particular way or position. Okay, 1 second. Array dot push 60. So it will add 60 to the last. Array dot unshift. Unshift means at index 0, put the 10 here. 1 second. After unshift, okay, let's see its output. And because I am slightly forgetting the shift and shift values, never mind. Copy it. And what's happening? Copy this. Moving to our it and running it. Okay, so starting from the start, let me enlarge my terminal. Yes, after push op, set so the 60 would be added. Okay, and after unshift, we are what we did after unshift op, adding elements to the start of an array. Okay, at index 0 we are adding 10. No, array unshift, adding elements to the start of array 0 and 10. But 10 is or okay. So we are adding an additional 10 here. So the previous array is this, and we are adding an additional 0 and 10 uh, from the start. Pop just removes the last element, and shift removes the, what shift do? Shift removed the first element. Pop and shift. Okay. Splice. Splice, we are first it takes a parameter as index, so it will splice the second. So 0 for second. No. Remove X number of element starting from index Y. Okay, starting from first. So in our previous array 0 and 1, starting from this, it will remove two index. 0, 1, and it will remove 2. 0, 1. I still not getting it. 30, 40, 30, 40, 50. 1 second. We have removed 1 after the index. After the index 2 removes X number of elements starting from Y. So 0 and 1. We have removed 2. But we have removed 1 instead. What kind of black magic is this? I think we need to study this splice by ourselves. It just reverses and it concatenates, means merges to or more array. Array dot concatenate array 1. Okay, let's do our thing with a splice, removing all the unnecessary bloat. Okay, now array dot splice at second index, because removes this removes the number of elements. So we want to remove the two elements starting from the first index, from the variable. Okay, so this array, we are starting from the first 0 and 1. We are starting from 20, and we are removing the two things. So the two things should be 20 and 30 and 40. Let's try it. 10, 20. Okay, we have removed only 30. What if we put 1 here? And if I run it again, then starting from, okay, so it's, if I write 1 here, so it will remove, starting from this index, it will remove the only first element. So the first element of this index would be the 20 itself. If I write 3 here, let's see what will happen. So the 40 would be removed. So starting from this first index 0 and 1, the third element, first element, second element, and third element, the third element is being removed here. Good. Good. Goodbye blue sky. Goodbye blue sky. Another Pink Floyd song. If else. If else is used in JavaScript to execute a block of codes conditionally. They are used to set conditions for your code block to run. If certain condition is not satisfied, certain code block is executed, otherwise else code block is executed. Okay. Strings in JavaScript are primitive, immutable data types used for storing and manipulating text data, which can be 0 or more character consisting of letter, number, symbols. JavaScript provides a lot of method to manipulate strings. Some of the most used methods are concatenate, match, replace, substring, slice, last index of, character add, value of, split to uppercase to lowercase. Okay. And okay, and here we have an explanation of everything, every method. A regular expression is a sequence of characters that forms a search pattern. This search pattern can be used for text search, text to replace operation. A regular expression, often known as regex, can be a single character or more complicated pattern. Okay, syntax slash pattern slash modifiers. You can also use regex to create regular expression in JavaScript. Okay. Find any of the characters inside bracket. Find any of the digit between the brackets. Okay. And find any alternative between x and y separated with pipe. Now we have some regex pattern as well. Meta characters are the characters with a special meaning. Some of the meta characters that are allowed in JavaScript. Dot. Used for finding a single character except a new line or line terminator. Backslash D or forward slash. What we say is, let's see, backslash. How a black backslash look? Okay, this is backslash. So I was right. Backslash D. It is used to find a digit. Backslash S used to find a white space character. So basically a single space. And backslash U and XXXX to find Unicode character specified by hexadecimal number. We have something known as quantifiers. They provide the minimum number of instances of a character group or character class in the input required to find a match. Some of the quantifiers allowed in JavaScript are n plus, n star, n question, nx matches. Okay. Used to match any string that contains at least one n. Used to match any string that contains 0 or more occurrence of n. N star useful matches any string that contains 0 or any one occurrences of n. In curly braces x match the strings that contains a sequence of x n's. This is regex pattern for email. Okay, this is a fun program to run. Let's run it in our personal console. One second, I delete this. These type of functions are very important in case of form validation. In basic words, the form validation is the method uh, to check if a user of the website enters the correct details and correct mandatory details inside of a form. So we are using a regex pattern for email. Check if the email is valid. Re.test. Okay, test, we are doing a test email. And if the result is true, then the email is valid. If it is false, then the email result is not valid. Re.test and email. Let's run the function. Email is valid, email is not valid. Okay. Let's see whether my personal email is valid or not. And run it. Both emails are correctly valid. Okay. Let's try to understand this regex pattern well. Plain. The forward slash G denotes the beginning and end of the regular expression. Okay. Okay. So these two characters denotes the beginning. One second. Yes, these two characters, this one and this one, denotes the beginning and end of the regular character. Okay. The G at the end is a flag that stands for global, meaning the regex will search for all matches in the string, not just the first one. Okay. Slash S is a shorthand character class that matches any non-white space character, anything except spaces, tabs, or line break. This one. And slash S plus, the plus quantifier, where the, yes, the plus quantifier means one or more of the preceding element. So slash S plus matches one or more non-white space characters. Okay. Okay. So what it does it tell? After the at the rate symbol, we have just one or more um, non-white space character, and I think the backslash dot says that the backslash it is a mandate thing. Okay, I think at the rate should be mandate too, and again the slash s will search for the only non-white space character. At the rate, this matches the literal at the rate character which is commonly found in email address. So this thing is literal, and escape the dot because in regex a dot normally matches any character. So this ensures that it matches a literal dot. So these two are basically escape characters. So we want this thing to stick, and s plus after the dot. Okay. Overall purpose. This is expression to use match email address. Looks for white space character followed by at the rate signal. Looks for non-white space character. Okay, followed by a dot, followed by non top level domain. Let's try to validate this. If I clear my screen, now let's run it. Still the email is valid. And if I put the double dot, triple dot, let's see if it's will valid. Yes, if it is still valid. And if I put the hashtag here, will it is still valid? It is still valid. I'm getting some sound in. Why? I'm getting sound of something, or some buzzing sound from my PC. Never mind. Let's continue to our search. Is is it a valid email? No, it's not a valid reasons. Multiple at the email one consecutive, which is generally not allowed in a. Okay. So how would you write a regex for this kind of validation? Oh my god. So this is the actual regex. and let's run it again. Now it is validating correctly. So we've just hardened the regex pattern shared by Geek for Geek. Now, time for data transformation. The data transformation is conversion of data from one format to another. It can be done with the uses of higher order function, which can accept one or more functions as input and returns a function as a result. All higher order functions that takes a function are input as map, filter, and reduce. Okay, data transformation. Good. Number.map, math.square. So it is squaring the number using JS filter method. Check adult. So check adult is a different function, which the filter method, what it is doing is to passing out only giving the output whom ages are more than 18. So only 25 would be the output. Const number, reduce my function. Here my function, what is it do is it takes two parameter, total and number, and it subtracts the number from the two. The only thing that I am interested in using the reduce method. So let's see the reduce method. So for the first time I am going to save this email validation.js. Okay, and we are going to make a new file called test01.js, and let's paste it here and run it again. 46. But how we are getting 46 here? These are taking two parameters. Okay, please GPT, please make me understand this, please. Yes. And then after that, we just ordinary man. Sure, let's break down the reduce method works in JavaScript. Array declaration, const number is equal to this. It creates an array with number containing three elements using reduce. The reduce method is called on numbers array. It uses the my function to reduce the array to a single value. The result is then log to console. Reduce method takes a callback function in this case and reduce the my function. Okay. The callback function receives two arguments, the total, accumulator, and the current element, number. The function subtracts the current number, num, from the accumulated total. Okay. How reduce work? On the initial call, the reducer initialized and the first element of the array 165, and the number becomes the second element, and which is then equals to 81. On the second call, the total is now 81, the result from the previous calculation, and the num is the third element. Okay, which belongs to 46, and hence we are getting the 46 as an answer. Number dot reduce my function. Okay, so how does the reduce works? Initial call. Okay. Okay, good. Next is date object. The date object is an inbuilt data type of JavaScript language. It is used to deal with the changes in date and time. There are four different ways to declare a date. The basic thing is that the date objects are created by the new date operator. New date, millisecond, data string, year, months. There are various methods to use to get date, time values in custom data object. Get date, get time, get minute, get full year, get date, get pass, set date, set time. DOM stands for Document Object Model. It defines the logical structure of the document and the way a document is accessed and manipulated. JavaScript cannot understand the tags in HTML document, but can understand the objects in DOM. Okay, so below are some of the method provided by JavaScript to manipulate these nodes and their attributes in DOM. Append child adds a new child node as the last child node. Clone node duplicates an HTML element, has attribute, returns true if an element has any attributes, otherwise return false. Remove child, remove the child node from an element using the child method. Get attribute, returns the value of an element node provided attribute. Get element by tag name, returns the list of all child element is equal node. Determines whether two elements are same or not. Okay. In order to understand this, I think we need to create an HTML file first. But first we have to copy this. Okay. Copy. Create a new file called .html. Test 01.html. Paste it. Going live from here. And this is a click here to clone the above element. Okay. Okay. And we are as much we are pressing this the above element, this is the it is going to be cloned. Okay, now let's understand the cloning code first. So we are not need to use the terminal here, so I'm going to close it. Okay, so this is the first function. One, we are declaring node in document create element p. Okay, create element with p, and t is equal to document.create text node geek for geek. We are declaring a function geek, in which we have a variable node, and we are creating a element p. Okay, CSS is used to make this output looks good. I think it should be inside of the style tag. Do we have anything with the IDP? Because this thing says that we are creating an element with an IDP. If I refresh this page, yes, and let's let use the developer tool in order to find the document elements of the page. Okay, so do we have something p in it? It is a paragraph thing. Okay, click here to clone the above element. Now we have another element. Okay, so this is the element. Div id equal to sudo. Go to the website as learning. Okay, and if I press this button again, we are again creating a div sudo. Okay, so let's try to understand this clone function first. Document.get element by tag name div. Okay, and 0, the first div tag, which is this one, this computer science div. And what we are going to do is a document.body.append child clone. We are appending this. But before it, we are cloning this. A var clone is equal to gig.clone node true. Next, a function has attribute. Let's try to click on the button to check if the body element has any attributes. False. Okay, has attributes. What does it has? What does it take? Has attribute? Don't know. You can DOM remove child method. Okay. It is removing, but after 2 clicks. Let's see what the remove child method is doing here. Where is remove child method? Remove child method. Let me search for it. Okay. Function geek. What document get element list item? Okay. Doc.remove child. Doc.child node 0. Okay. So whatever at the first index should be removed. If I refresh this, all items should be back. So if I click, the insertion sort should be removed because it is at the index 0 as per this code. And get attribute method. Get attribute. Get elements by tag name. This is doing nothing. Get elements. Elements 1 equal to elements 1, 2 false, and element 1 equals to element 3 false. A fun thing, but never mind. Let's continue to our JavaScript cheat sheet. Numbers math. Number property includes max, min, nan, negative infinity, positive infinity, value of string to fixed to precision, to exponential. And due to a non-math background and these things, especially the log 2e, log 10e, ln 10, sometimes tan, sin, feels what I say out of place to me because in my academics I haven't chosen the math as my career. So if I did that, it certainly would help me with this. But now we have ChatGPT as well as some documentation. So certainly, and there's still time to learn by doing, which I'm doing currently right now. Events. JavaScript has event to provide a dynamic interface to a web page. When user or browser manipulates the okay, you on click. Whenever a key is released after pressing on mouse over triggers an event when mouse pointer over okay, and on mouse out when mouse pointer is moved away from the element on change detect the change in value of any element listening to it disable. On load evokes an event when a image element is completely loaded. On focus when the element loses focus. On submit on drag invokes when the element is dragged. On input triggers when a input field gets any value. Now we have another code. Let's copy this. And for copying, I'm still trust down, paste down, paste down, paste down. Like this. Copy. paste this and website. Image is completely loaded. Okay. So we are getting a trigger after the loading of page. 1 second. On load, alert, image completely loaded. And the alternative thing is GFG logo. If thing is not loaded, and we are doing this in on image tag. Okay. But before anything else, I just want to comment this out by moving it inside the style tag. Okay. And this is our image, GFG. Let's understand the another or other things, other codes. Where function hi there, function alert hi there. Okay. On click me, hi there. Okay. Now we have another function focus, element give I input, and if confirm got it e dot blur. Take the focus. Got it. Okay. Got it. Next is mouse over element. Get element by HID and add event list mouse over. Write something in the input box and then click elsewhere in the document body. Obviously, I'm going to write my name. Harsh. Okay. Okay. On mouse over element. On change event. Choose subject. Algorithm. Selected server. Computer network. Operating system. I think I missed something. Mouse over event. Is uBlock is blocking something of this? Let's refresh the page again. Okay. No, nothing is blocked by uBlock. Next is on submit. Let's try. Harsh Verma. Submit. Form submitted successfully. I am very sure that something else this code also want to state that, and that we have some over on green hovering or something which is not being represented here. On drag attribute, if id on drag function okay, must be something, and it is an usual behavior after submitting a form. The browser wants to refresh itself. Okay, and in some project by using React.js. Actually, it was a project by Sharian's coding school, and I'm one of the student of theirs. Just watching the YouTube video, not the actual academic student. They told me how to prevent the web page from loading using a JavaScript function. I currently in this moment I do not recall that, so I have to watch that video again and again and again. Close this. Okay, now continuing to our JavaScript. When executing JavaScript code, errors will more definitely occur in JavaScript engine encounter syntactically. These errors can occur due to fault from the programmer side, or the input is wrong, and even there was a problem with the logic in the program. JavaScript favorite is treatment to deal with these errors. Try, catch, throw, finally. The window property is the topmost object of the DOM hierarchy, document object model hierarchy. Whenever a window appears on the screen to display the content of document, the window object is created. To cross the property of the window, specify a object name followed by a period symbol and the property name. The property and methods of window object that are commonly used are listed here. Window returns the current window or frame. Screen returns the window screen object. Toolbar creates a toolbar object whose visibility can be toggled in the window. Navigator frames returns all the iframe element in the current window. Documents return a reference to a document. Closed boolean is used to check whether the window is closed or not. Length represents the number of frames in the current window. The history provides the Windows history object. Okay. And I think I should copy this. I lose my focus. These things are better done with stylus. Copy, Control A and paste. And let's move to the origin property. Okay. The origin properties get resolution. Okay. The screen is 2560x 1440p. Okay. Check connection status. Application is online. Check views count. You have access to web pages in this session. Close my window. Your screen is screen.width, screen.height. Okay. And just toolbar property, var visible, toolbar.visible. Okay, var visible. Navigator property, application dot online. Application is online, else application is offline. Just history property. Okay. And if I close the port and check connection status, application is still online. Let me check it again. It's still saying online. And if I refresh this is offline. Mind. And what is JS close property? Function close window, my window, windows are closed. Get views, you have access history.length pages in the session. Okay. Now alert shows an OK button in an alert box. Print the current window. Blur removes the current window's focus. Set timeout. Evaluation expression after a specified time is cleared out. Set interval. Prompt. And this is the reason I love JavaScript. It could be run anywhere. If your machine has a browser in it, and mostly, let's again go live with the code. So we have JavaScript window open. So now we have another window open with Geek for Geek in web page. Let's see how the thing is working. Yes. On click, window open, JavaScript window open. And this is the basic HTML. Let's move to the script tag. Window open. Window dot open. We open a new underscore blank where we are targeting a blank page, width of 200 and height of 200. Okay, function that resize the open window. Okay, let's first open the window, and we got a window open here, and resize to. This isn't working. GFG dot window. Okay, resize to 400 as 400. This isn't working. Why this is not working here? Next, window close, window blur. This is also not working. Window focus, window close. Okay, on the close one works. Focus not working, blur not working, resize to not working. Window open is working. Resizing still not work. Window blur is not working. Focus is not. One second. Focus is working. Blur is not working. Resize is not working. Blur is not working. Focus is not working. I think. Window close. Close is working. Alert after 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also not working. Let's see the alert function. Uh, Function welcome alert welcome to Geek for Geek. This is not working. And geek click me. Please enter some text. Geek for Geek. Okay. But what is happening here? Okay, we are passing a default thing. After please enter some text in the prompt. Please enter some text, and this is, and if I uh, remove it and click on Harsh and reload this, and yes, this is the pre-filled text. Okay. Document dot get element by id G in a attachment. Welcome to. Okay, so we are here. We must have a thing with id G, and here we have an id G which have nothing in it. So we are getting this element and pushing welcome to G. Okay. Set timeout and clear timeout. Function T. Okay, variable T. Function dot color. Get JavaScript set timeout. Clear timeout. Style color equal to blue. Style green. Let's try to open this website on a Chromium engine, not on Firefox engine this time. Let's see if it will make any difference. JavaScript open. The window is open. Resize to. So is the window resized? No, it is not resized. If we blur it, will it going to be blur? Focus. Yes, it is on focus. Blur. Close. It is close. Alert after 2 seconds. 1, 2. Nothing is going on. Click me. Print. Okay. In the print dialog. Yes. Where we are getting the print dialog. Print, print, print. Print. Which function? Print. On click window dot print. So we are running a direct function window dot print. Okay. Nothing is being have. Okay. If I click this button and wait for 3 seconds, 1, 2, and here the button is changing its color, and clear the timeout after 2 seconds. 1, It should be returning something, but nothing is being returned. I don't know. Let's close the Chromium. Back to the Firefox and close the every other thing. Start with our notes. Move to cheat sheet. Benefits of using JavaScript cheat sheet. The cheat sheet is an essential tool that simplifies the process of writing JavaScript code, helps your web application function smoothly, and enables you to create interactive and dynamic web content. Here are some key benefits of JavaScript cheat sheet. Efficient web development, comprehensive function reference, dynamic content creation, interoperability, optimized for performance, event handling. So till now we have completed the function in JavaScript cheat sheet, and let's see how much time it been. And it's already been 1 hour and 16 minutes. So what I am going to advise you to take a hydration break, just like I am being doing. And as promised, we are going to complete the function definition and function call in this video. So let's close all the tabs to the right side of the screen and open a function definition tab. So go guys, hydrate yourself. I will be coming to by after I done with hydrating myself with water. I'm pausing this recording and will be back soon. Back in black. I'm gonna back in black. Welcome to continued video. Let's continue our JavaScript function definitions. So functions are declared when using the function keyword, either as a declaration or an explanation. Declaration defines the named function, while expression assigns functions to the variable. Both enable code to reuse and modularity. Okay. So declaration, this function is a hoisted, so it can be used anywhere, and this is not hoisted, so it need to be declared first, or as an expression expressed first then used. And we can also use the function constructor. Let function name equal to new function parameter and return parameter. Parameter, it contains the single parameter function name, which is mandatory and used to specify the name of function. This example will demonstrate a function named gfg which multiplies two numbers. The resultant displays in the paragraph element. Okay. So we have a paragraph with the idg. The documents dot get element by id geeks dot inner html equal to var1. Okay. And we have in variable one, we have an gfg function with parameters 40 and 3. And what this function is doing is multiply it and assigns the value in the variable. Okay, the output is a screenshot showing the code 120. Next, this example describes a function expression assigned to var1 multiplying two numbers. The result is displayed using the inner HTML. Okay. Expression title id equal to geek var1 is equal to number num2 return. Okay. So this time we are what we are doing, function expression assigned to var1 multiplying two number, doing the same thing but a different kind. And this time we are using a function constructor. So we are still doing the same thing but with a different kind of syntax. And now move to function hoisting, which we already know that what it does is we can declare a function after the calling of function, and by means of hoisting it means that the function is automatically get called in the stack first, so it will be ready to use and ready to be used after the actual what is a calling of the function. So here we called the function before actually writing the function, and by the purpose of hoisting, this will this the code or the compiler of the JavaScript automatically picks this before actually calling it, so the code remains free of error. Self-invoking function. The function executes automatically upon creation without a name. The function expression followed by parenthesis executes immediately, while function declaration cannot be invoked directly. Okay, let's see a self-invoking function. Let's not get element id geeks. Dot inner HTML. Geek is the best way to learn. Okay. So we are enclosing a function in a parenthesis, and they are also writing a parenthesis. So this will automatically be invoked as soon as the function or the script file is loaded. Function as object. It can describe function and object and have both properties and method. When defining a function as property of an object, then it is known as method to the object. When designing a function to create new object, then it is known as object constructor. Okay, I didn't get it. When define function as property of an object, then it is known as method to the object. Function geek for geek when returns argument dot length. Okay, and number of arguments is 2, num1 num2. Okay, and they get element by id geeks dot inner HTML geek for geek 4 comma 3. So we are passing 2 arguments, hence the answer is 2. Okay, next, arrow function. I simplify the writing of function by providing a concise syntax without need of function keyword, return keyword, or curly braces. In this function, we define an arrow function to multiply two numbers, display the result of using JavaScript. Okay, and we have finished the article. Let's move to the quiz ASAP. Quiz me. Just close your eyes and quiz me. Open your mind and copy it. And open a new tab. ChatGPT. And quiz me. Prompt it. Stay logged out. What is the correct way to define function in JavaScript? Function, my function, define my function, function. B is seems the right way. Correct way to define a function is option B. Function in JavaScript can return multiple value. True. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Only if it is returning an array or an object. So it actually returns one thing. That's a good explanation. Next, purpose of return statement in a function. It's a old question to get something function, usually the end or last statement. Good. Which of the following is not a valid way to invoke a function in JavaScript? What is invoking a function? Invoking a function. Time to add something to a new node. Invoking a function means executing or calling the function. No, 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 not this time. When you invoke a function, you will use it name followed by parenthesis, which may include any argument you want to pass. For example, my function is an invocation of my function. I think B. Okay. Function is JavaScript a first class citizen? Yes. This statement is true. Function in JavaScript are first class citizens, so they can be assigned to variable, passing as argument and return from other functions. Good. What is a function expression and how is different from function declaration? Expressions are not hoisted and needed to be declared first before using. Great explanation. What keyword is used to create a function? The function keyword. In Python, we used to use def, which stands for define. But in JavaScript, we are using the standard function. Next, anonymous function are function that do not have a name. Yes. And what is the difference between a function that takes a parameter and one that does not? A function that takes a parameter and one that doesn't take a parameter. I don't know. Please tell me. No problemo. A function that takes parameters is designed to accept input values, arguments, which is called along to perform operation with those values. Another function that does not take any, does not require any input value for okay. What will the output of the following code? Simply hello world. But it is logged. So answer is A. It will be logged. I think we have finished with the quiz now. Let's move to JS function call. Open link in a new tab. The call method is predefined function method. It can be used to invoke a function. Okay. Invoke a function. Like a mother is trying to wake up his child. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Invoke, calling a method. Okay. Now this allows borrowing methods from other object, executing them within a different context, overriding the default value and passing arguments. Oh, I think I've heard already this thing. Passing with this context, uh, we can change this context in something. I recalled it slightly. In this example, we define a product function that returns the product of two numbers. It then calls the product using call this context, which is typically the global object. Passing 20 and 5 as the argument will log the result. Okay, now it is going crazy. This example we defines an object employee with an method details to retrieve employee details using call. It invokes detail with employee 2 as its context, passing arguments manager and 4 years outputting the result. Let employee is equal to an object. Details is a function which has two parameters, designation and experience in it, and returns this dot name plus empty string this dot id plus designation and experience. So let emp1 is equal to name is an a, id is 123, and employee to be name b and id this. Okay, id designation experience. This dot id designation is manager and experience is 4 year. So in order to invoke or call the function details, what we are doing is we are passing employee dot details, which now come to this thing, and dot call. We are calling this employee to which becomes b, and id 456 which is there, and manager we are calling it as a first designation, and experience 4 years. And this is how we finished our JavaScript function call. Let's have a quiz. Had we done already? No. Let's quiz me and close your eyes to miss me because I can read your lips on your fingertips and happiness in your smile. Should I start with a new chat? Paste it, close it, and send it. You are giving feedback on a new version of ChatGPT. Which response do you prefer? Both seems to same to me. What actually is the difference? I prefer this one because it's minimalistic and does what I told it. What is the current syntax to call a function my function in JavaScript? C. In JavaScript, a function can be called before it is declared in the code. True, as declared, are declared function are hoisted. Good. Because I don't have UPS in my home, I need this OBS to be controlled from my smartphone by using an web interface, because I don't know what would I do if my power off fails, because this is particularly my laptop has a battery but it doesn't have a display, just like a generic Linux user. So my display turns off as soon as the power got disconnected. So I don't have a method or way to pause the OBS stream. Let's see what could go wrong in that scenario. Next, what happens if you call a function without any arguments but it has parameter defined? If you call a function without any arguments but it will return what is defined or returns undefined as default. Great job. What is the output of the following code? I am confused between B and C. Confused between B and C. Okay. You can pass an function as an argument to another function in JavaScript. True, as function are first class citizen. Good. Now, what is the purpose of return statement in a function? Return statement to get something out of a function and terminate the function where it is invoked. Now, what is the code apply? Multiply 5. It has only one missing argument. 5 into a missing parameter. Most probably D. When multiply 5 is called, B is undefined. Okay. And I love how the chat GPT says, don't worry, it's a common point of confusion. Chat GPT actually took care of my true or false. Arrow functions in JavaScript do not have their own this context. I think it's true. Only if the function is anonymous. 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 That's partially correct. It is true that arrow functions do not have their this context. They inherit this from the surrounding lexical scope, regardless of whether they are anonymous or named. Okay. Arrow functions do not have their this context. They inherit this own lexical scope. I think I should add this point in my notes. Next, what is the difference between function declaration and function expression in JavaScript? Hoisting. One word. Yes, hoisting. Next, what is the code output? X equal to 10. Then we have version of console.log x equal to 20. The 10 is printed. Cannot access X before initialization. In this case, the inner X will create a block scope variable that shadows the outer scope, leading to a reference error when you're trying to access it before initialization. Okay. I would like more tricky code problems. What will be the output of following code? Function foo return an object with a message hello where console logging.foo. We are outputting an object here. So B seems the most appropriate. Undefined. In JavaScript, when a return object is followed by a line break, the interpreter automatically inserts a semicolon after the return, making it undefined. Okay. In JavaScript, copy it. what will be the following code output? Variable a is equal to 1, function test console.log a, and again we are outputting a. Cannot access a before initialization, and d. This time I would be correct. Undefined variable is hoisted to the top. The variable is hoisted to the top of, but the value is not initialized. Hmm. The variable a is hoisted to the top of the function. Okay, but its value is not initialized until the line var a is equal to 2 is executed. So when console.log a runs, it outputs undefined. It's a tricky one. Indeed, it was a tricky one. So the difference between the last question and this, because here we are declaring a function, and I guess that the previous code, the function was not declared. Hmm. Okay. And this time what we did, we are using var instead of let. Okay, the var is hoisted, but the let is not hoisted. What will be the output of the following code? Counter is equal to 0, function increment, counter plus plus, return counter. Increment, increment, increment. I think the count is not defined, because this time we are using let and we are not using any let here. So I think that D would be the answer. Let's see. Okay, the increment increases the value of counter with other proof. I'm constantly on the wrong streak. What will the output of the following code? Object greet Alice function and hello plus this dot name. Okay, we are invoking a function console.log. Okay, object dot greet. We are targeting object dot greet this dot name. Okay, const greet function is equal to object dot greet function. Hello Alice should be the output, I think. Hello undefined. When object greet is, it correctly logs hello there because this refers to object. However, when greet function is called, this no longer refers to obj. It defaults to the global scope or undefined in strict mode. 1 second. Hello Alice, because this refers to obj. ठीक है. And okay. Next question. What will be the output of the following code? So ChatGPT can indeed be very tricky with its question. See if I am in the front and center. Yes. What will be the output of the following code? Var x is equal to 10. Timeout is a function. Console.log x. And timeout is for 1000 millisecond or 1 second. and we are using var here. So it is globally defined. And we are after 1 second we are invoking a different function. This time it should be a as an answer. The variable x is declared inside an immediately invoked function in expression, so it is not accessible outside of that function. When console.log x is executed at global level, it throws an error because x is not defined in that scope. Oh, I will certainly try more questions, but not in this video, as this video has already been 1 hour and 45 minutes long. Let's finish the expressions first. This was indeed a very interesting thing. Next, the JavaScript function expression is to define a function inside any expression. The function expression allows to create an anonymous function that does not have any function name. In main difference between function in expression can be used an IIFE immediately invoked function expression which runs as soon as it is defined. Function has to be stored in variable and can be accessed using variable. Using this add function be much more easier to declare function. Okay. Okay. Function name xy statement. Let variable name is equal to function and xy. Variable name function xy statement. Okay. The function expression has to be defined first before calling it and using a parameter. An arrow function must have a single return statement. The below example illustrates the function expression in JavaScript code for function declaration and call add. Okay. Addition is equal to call add. Okay. Bus. That's all. Let's have a Q quiz for this one too. So still we haven't reached the switch to our mark for this video. Okay, what is the function expression in the JavaScript? Declared with function keyword can be called before its declaration. Function that is defined within an expression and often assigns to a variable. Function that cannot be used as an argument. No, I think B seems like a right answer. Cannot be used as an argument. Okay, true and false. Function expression can be anonymous. True, it can be. Difference between function declaration and function expression regarding hoisting. Declaration is hoisted. Expression not. Output of the following code. You can use the function expression as an argument to another function. What's your answer? True. What happens if you call a function expression before it is defined? Call a function expression before it is defined. Error. Next, what is the following code output? Multiply function a comma b, return a multiply by b, return okay, multiply. Multiply is equal to function that takes two parameters and return multiple of it. 3 2s are 6, since b should be the answer. Function expression can be assigned to the properties of objects. A function expression can be assigned to the properties of object. Yes. Common use case for function expression in JavaScript. Generally to create anonymous function. What will be the following code output? Greet equal to name, return hello plus name, say hello equal to greet. Okay, say hello Alice. I think hello Alice. A should be the answer. No. Time to finish the video here. I know for 2 hours is very much time for the only 4 pages, web pages. But I'm sure that here we experimented, we learned, and I think the time that we spent here together is worth it. And in order to make the most value of this time, I still request you to and recommend you to use the extensions like Jump Cutter in order to watch this kind of video. It's been multiple videos I am recommending this extension, and this by using this extension you can also use to open local files and play them faster as well. And this also gives you some keyboard shortcut just like A, S, Z and X and Y and W and E on YouTube in order to fast forward the video in the very way you desire. And that's all for this video. See you in another one. Time to pause it.